Hello, and thank you for joining me. It's been a little while since I posted a video, and I thought I'd show you what's been going on. In truth, I've lacked a little bit of focus recently. The social distancing we're doing at the moment has given me an opportunity to look at things again and find things I haven't done so far. And what it's meant is that I've chopped and changed from one thing to another. So it's an eclectic mix I've been working on. And what it's meant really is I haven't finished much. I've got a long way with a lot of things, but nothing is finished. So I'll show you what I've been up to and take it from there. I'm going to turn the camera around. The first thing are these horses. These are for another 4 ancient British horsemen. This time I remembered about the varnish and I applied it with more care, and I've done it before I've flocked it. So I'm much happier with the outcome here. Horses are nice. 2 of these I think I had to strip from old paint, so they spent a week in a Dettol jar. It's a messy job, and I recommend that you use latex gloves, an apron, and a very old toothbrush that you throw away. It smells as well. Dettol has a very pungent smell. Anyway, so I'm quite pleased with those, the way they've come out. The riders are progressing, but I'll have to get back to those when I've finished doing some of the other stuff. So that's the first thing that I've been working on. I'm just going to turn this off and set the next thing up. Well, the next thing I've done are these 3 early Imperial Roman engineers, well, legionaries doing digging, which is what they were very good at. I found that I had a little plastic bag marked up EIR free engineers or something like that. So I don't really remember how I got them. Obviously came from Foundry. These are in the Foundry catalogue. But I think they must have come when I ordered some stuff. They're rather nice. I tried using the kind of undyed, unbleached wool tunics on these rather than the red. They work okay, but I think I'll probably go back to the red if I do some more of these for opponents for my ancient Britons. I'm quite pleased with these. The figures are well sculpted, as you would expect. They're in some interesting poses. The guy there sort of wiping his brow on the back of his hand, taking a breather, is particularly nicely done. Very nice. So there he is. I don't know what I'm going to do with these actually. I'll probably mount them on a round base or 2 round bases, and give them something they're working on, maybe digging a ditch or chopping a log for a palisade. So that's the second thing. I'll turn the camera off again and set up for the next one. I finally got round to painting these cattle. The sheep have been painted a little while, although I had to rebase them onto these round bases. But the cattle have been sitting there for ages. They're gripping beast, I think, and I got them again years ago when I had a Viking force. The Viking force has sold off a long time ago, but the cows were in their little plastic bag until recently. I got them out, and they painted up pretty easily. The horns are Attaching the horns was a little fiddly because they wouldn't stay where they were put and fell off a couple of times. But I'm quite pleased with those. Absolutely no idea what they'll be using them for. They're clearly for Scotland and the Highlands, or I think the sheep might actually be Manx sheep, but Viking kind of areas, I suppose. And I don't have anything in the Dark Ages at the moment, so no idea what they're going to be used for, but they look good, and they took a little period of time and didn't need thinking about much, so they were good. Right, I'll turn the camera off again and see what else we've got. I've made a bit of progress on my 6mm Lenin project. This is the 3rd brigade I've completed from Rosel's Corps in Oberglau, Kurtken's brigade. So 2 battalions of Kurtken's own regiment and 1 of the Chartres regiment. That means I've now got 3 brigades painted. They're not all based, and I had a bit of a waiver on the basing I was using. I stripped the flock off the other brigade, so I'm going to try something a bit different. So they look alright. I think when they're done en masse they will look pretty nice. So there you go, that's the 6mm stuff. Now I'm going to just pan the camera out and show you what else is going on here, because I always set this table up for a game, although I'm not sure that I will be playing it. I have my Egyptians. It's not very good, is it? Canaanites. So I've set the armies up for a battle in, I suppose, 1450 BC between a coalition of Canaanite cities and the New Kingdom Egyptians. So here we have the Canaanites, their chariots in the front rank, and their levies supporting them behind. I'm not very happy with any of the rules I've got for the chariot warfare of this period, so I've been mulling over whether or not I could put together a set of rules that I'll be happier with. And I think I'll probably take a little while longer to think about it, but it does need something quite specific. The nature of warfare was very distinct, I think, at this period of time, and doesn't really, in my opinion, compare with sort of the activities of the later ancient period or even medieval period. So there you go, that's the Canaanites. I'll turn this round and we'll have a look at the Egyptians. So here we have the Egyptians, arrayed for battle. Unlike the Canaanites, this is a combined arms force. It's obviously got chariots, but it's got a lot more reliable foot, both spear-armed and bow-armed. Makes it an interesting kind of combination for this period of time. Oops, didn't want to quite that's falling off. There you go. And finally we get the chariots at the end. There we go. So that is the Egyptian host. And on a completely different note, I came across this the other day when I was looking for something on Amazon, and I'm always interested in stuff I've not come across before and subjects that I know very little about, and this is one of those. Meshes in quite nicely with my Landsknecht project, so I'm quite excited about this, and I'll give it a good read over the next week or so, and see if it inspires me to extend or expand the Landsknechts.